The Adinkra symbol of Sankofa is visually represented by a mythical bird, standing with its body forward-facing, feet firmly planted on the soil, its head turned backward, holding an egg in its mouth. Symbolically, this image shows us our heart's desire to move forward, our head's desire to remember, and the fertility and possibility of the future as represented by the egg. Sankofa reminds us that we must go back in order to move forward. The act of remembering and recalling is important as a first step to reclamation and recreation. In this part, we will explore the multi-layered meanings of stories, words, and folk sayings in African diaspora communities through their knowledge and lived experiences. In community, we can draw inspiration and lessons from the past to transform our experience today. I invite you to reconsider how you recall the past. I submit to you, remembering is a special kind of recollection, where people who share a life story come together to collect the past. In doing so, we can reclaim our sense of self, status, and power, and more importantly, our intuition, our identity, and imagination. The hyphenation in remember is deliberate to demonstrate the word's primary role, to bring together the members or people of the event or experience being recalled. Through the process of remembering, we can recover and build rituals and ceremonies of togetherness in the present. We understand our world and ourselves through relationships, past and present. For too long, designers and creators have subscribed to methodolatry, the strict adherence to a set of methods despite ever-changing environments, new information, intuition, or interpretation. As a result, settler society has hindered new discoveries. By worshiping a particular method, we promote the binary, or set of offered options, and anything outside of our classifications becomes irrelevant or forgotten. We are asked to focus on the present and practical at the expense and erasure of others. By design, the settler colonial project has denied the intensely interconnected nature of our relationships. Remembering is the uniting of members of a family, past, present, and future, creating new relatives and kin, human and non-human alike. Only then can we collectively imagine ways and worlds that are not born yet. Aimé Césaire, the poet and father of the negritude movement, tells us that no one colonizes innocently or without impunity. Rather, a nation that colonizes is a sick, morally diseased civilization. The negritude movement was an anti-colonial political and cultural movement led by African and Caribbean students in the 1930s to reclaim the beauty and brilliance of Blackness. Colonizing natures are not just metaphorically diseased. These nations brought pandemics and plagues to African civilizations and indigenous populations. Over generations, settler colonization results in epigenetic and traumagenic damage and suffering that is complex, continuous, compounding, collective, and cumulative.